First of all then, Strevens, Eastleigh bow out of the FA Cup in the first round. What are your feelings on the game?
Yeah, I'm disappointed to bow out, obviously, like you're saying. I thought first off we played some real good stuff, and he was having chances, not open loads of chances, but we were certainly, majority of possession and really feeling like we was in a comfortable position. And the goal before half time was a bit of a killer for us, and sort of gave them a chance to get in a half time and clearly talk about how we was playing against them, and they certainly nullified our second half and tried making lots of changes in the second half to try and get us back into trying to be more on the front foot and getting chances. But credit to them, they didn't allow it. They like they've done most of the season, they ground us down, kept the clean sheet, obviously got that second goal which sort of killed the feeling of maybe getting back into it. So the goal before half time was probably the key one that hurt us, because going in at 0-0 and the feeling of going 1-0 down just before the half time was a sort of a different feeling for all of us.
You talk about that goal for the host just before the break. How does that change the game, but also what you were saying in the changing room at half time?
You try not to let the messages you're giving be any different, but it's just the feeling of obviously being 1-0 down at half time, and feeling like you're playing some good stuff. And the irony of their goal is that they've scored in injury time of an injury that they've got their goalie go down to pretend like he's injured because they wanted to sort out the formation. They're playing against us, so we was getting stuff against it. But that's football. It's just one of those things, a bit of a kick in the teeth for you that happens at that moment. But look, got smashed across goal. I think the ball popped up in the back stick. So yeah, I didn't want my messages to be any different at half time. It was just to sort of say, look, come on, we've got to try and turn this around second half. I want us to go for it, especially because it's a cup tie. But we didn't get going second half, and like I'm saying, that's more because of probably what Luke did with his team at half time and nullifying us, and just couldn't get a grip of that second half to start playing the way we was, particularly for large parts of the first half.
It is a disappointing result for the Spitfires, but it is against Boreham Wood, who are obviously top of the league. Are there positives that we can take going into next week's game?
Well, it's not a positive, but it's just the communication that I've just had is that we've got to be better away from home, because the reason that we won't achieve anything that we want to achieve is going to be probably due to our away form at the moment. At home, our form's very good. Most teams that come to Silver Lake are going to find it really difficult to win games of football. Of course, we're going to lose games over the course of the season at home because that's just the nature of football. But away from home, we've got to be better. We've got to find a formula to pick points up, and I thought, hoping this was going to be a little bit of a catalyst today to come and get a win against the team that's top of the table to try and take that into the league game against Yeovil next week. But it's not happened. But yeah, it's making sure that our away form becomes better, because if we can start picking up some wins away from home alongside the form that we're clearly showing at home, then we'll be where we want to be, or thereabouts. But we've accumulated 17-18 points from the last 10 games in the league. Got through a mad first round cup tie, and now we're frustrated because we lost the second round away to Boreham Wood. But like you said, credit to them. They're top of the table at the moment, and they're really hard to play against. Don't give you many chances, defend the big boys at the back and compact the midfield. So got a week ahead now to try and make sure we'll be better against Yeovil next Saturday.
On a final note, it was said that there were 191 Eastleigh fans here tonight. Is there a message that you can give for them that travelled today?
No, amazing. In fact, I can't thank them enough. I know how long the journey is because I live not too far away from Boreham Wood, so I know how long the journey that is because I do it every single day. So the fact that they've given up their time to come and support us is really grateful from every single one of them. I have to say I'm even more grateful to Kenny and Tom and all the guys for being able to put in that free travel to get them to come and support. The numbers that have travelled today is amazing, but I realise it's because of what Kenny and Tom have done, to try and get them to come and support. And I believe they've done the same way at Yeovil. So that's what they're trying to help us to try and do better away from home. Clearly, that's what the intention was. We're trying to get more support for us today. And I remember playing here in the Conference South year, and there wasn't 191 fans supporting us that day. It was probably more like 20 to 30 people supporting us that day. So to see that the numbers have grown and people have travelled to come with us today and support us at the end, I know they'd have been frustrating, and I completely understand that because it's FA Cup, they want to do well. I was frustrated as well because we're never going to win the FA Cup, but you want to get a good tie, second or third round for the football club. Not for me, it's nothing to do with me, it's for the players to pick their wits against good league players, it's for the football club to get that exposure, and it's more importantly for the fans because they dream of coming up against big teams in the FA Cup. So we was never going to win it, but their support for them to come and show us today to get behind the boys was really appreciated. And look, I hope that they keep doing it. I said it at the home games, their support is helping us to win home games of football. Their numbers can keep travelling. it's our job to try and give results.